Hello, welcome to Be Smart Learning Academy. This is school at 7. You wake up, you solve, you pass. All right, so here we focus on exam content. ECZ made simple, daily questions, better results. So this is your daily ECZ advantage. All right, so today we are going to look at an interesting subject. I hope your pen and your book are with you, all right, because you're going to copy some notes and this is going to be amazing. All right, so we are looking at an interesting subject today, physics, and our focus or our exam focus is simple machines, velocity ratio, and mechanical advantage. So this is an exam question. I'm going to show you step by step on how you're going to answer uh, this question, all right, and share exam tips for you so that you are fully prepared. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so here's the question. Here's the question paper. How many marks for each? Two marks, one and one there. So let me just zoom it so that we solve the question together. Okay, I think this is better. Okay, so here's the question. Let me read. Simple machines are used to make work easy in our daily lives. Define a simple machine. Okay, when you are asked in the exam to define, the examiner is actually expecting you to give, or rather give a clear meaning of what is being asked. Okay, so we're going to answer this question by saying a simple machine. Let me get my pen. A simple machine is a device. A simple machine is a device. Okay, the device that makes working. That makes what? Work. That makes working easier. A simple machine is a device that makes working easier. Okay, by doing what? Changing the size of what? The size or direction of a force, So this is the definition of a simple machine. Is a device that makes work easier. Not only that, all right, what does it do? By changing the size or direction of a force. Okay, so here you have your 1 mark there. Okay, we continue. Question A. B now. Okay, so figure 3.1 shows a man holding a crate of tomatoes of mass 20 kg. Okay, so our data, mass 20 kg, and to a truck using a rope. So here's the diagram. Okay, here's the man here. These are the crates of tomatoes and they are weighing 20 kg. I've written here the smooth plaque or the smooth plane, and then the height from the ground to where the man is actually lifting the tomato crate is. Okay, height of a truck. So let me just write everything. Mass of a crate, this one here, and then length. We have length length of plaque. What is the length of the plaque? 5 meter. This one here. Okay, I'm just taking the data. So here I'm writing data only, the information we are given. So let me just write data. Okay, we have the length there of the plaque, 5 meters, and then height. Okay, just a minute. And then height of track. Okay, height of track, how many? 2 meters. This one here, this height is the height of the track, 2 meters. And then what else do we have? Effort. Are we given the effort? Are we given the effort? Where is the effort? Are we given effort, which is the force? Do we have it in the question? Okay, we're going to go back to the effort in question 2. Okay, here, so let's deal with this one first. 1 mark. So we have the data here. So now the question is, calculate the velocity ratio of the system in figure 3.1, this one here, the velocity ratio. So now before you calculate, I want you to understand something. This is in an inclined plane question. An inclined plane question. You see, the force is directed there. So this is an inclined plane. All right. So in the inclined plane, the length of the slope, okay, goes on top in the formula. So we write velocity ratio as this. So we say VR, okay, VR is equal to length of a plane or a plaque, they are one and the same, over, okay, let me just do this, over height. Okay, so this is the formula in the inclined plane question. So the length of a plane we have, okay, which is where? Which is here, the length of the plane or plaque, 5 meter. Okay, so here we substitute 5 meter over the height we have here, which is 2 meter. Okay, 2 meter. So 2, we now divide 2 into 5. That is 2 times remainder 3. Okay, so here you say point, we add remainder 1. Beg your pardon. Remainder 1, which is a 10, then 2 into 10, it is 5. Okay, so velocity ratio, this is a ratio, so there are no units. So 2.5 is our answer. Remember, in inclined plane questions, length of the slope goes on top. Length of the what? The slope or the plaque here, this length here, goes on top. Okay? Plane or plaque. Then vertical height goes below. Vertical height, this is the vertical height here. Okay, vertical height goes below. Length of the plane, this one here, the one in this part, goes on top. Height, vertical height goes down. Okay, we continue. So here you have your 1 mark. Question 2 of B, mechanical advantage. So we are calculating mechanical advantage if the man pulls the rope with a force of 150 newtons to raise the crate onto the track. So the man decides to pull this crate with a force of 150. What is the mechanical advantage? Okay, so the formula for mechanical advantage is MA is equal to load over effort. So this is the formula. Write this down. This is the formula for mechanical advantage. But we have a problem. We have not been given the load, so we have to calculate to find first the weight. The weight is also called the load. All right? Remember this. This is your exam tip. Load is weight. Okay, so now we don't have the load. We have the effort we have been given in the question. The effort is here. All right, this is the effort because the man pulls the rope with the force. That's the effort that we have, but we don't have the load. So now let's calculate the load. So what is the formula for the load if we know the load is weight? So we're going to use the formula for weight, which is W. Okay, let me just repeat. W, which is weight, is equal to mg, mass times constant gravity. And we know our constant gravity here, G, is equal to what? G is equal to what? 10. Okay? That's our constant gravity on G. So now, since we have the details, let's now calculate the load. Okay? So, our load or weight is equal to, what's our mass? Our mass we have been given. Our mass we have been given the mass of the object that is being put. Okay, this is the mass, 20 kg. So we put it here, 20 kg, then multiplied by 10 constant. All right. Okay, so we say 20 times 10. What are we going to have? Okay, just a minute. We are calculating the load on top here so that we calculate the mechanical advantage. So the load is equal to weight. The formula for weight is equal to mass times gravity. The constant gravity G here is 10 newtons per kg. Okay, and then we are replacing the values here. So 20 times 10 is 200 newtons. Okay, so this is a load that we are going to put here. So now let's calculate. Let's calculate. Right, I'll wrap this so that I use the space. I hope you're copying. Okay, so now that we have our load which is 200 newtons or weight, okay, we are now going to calculate our mechanical advantage. So mechanical advantage, what's our load? 200 newtons over, what is our effort? Here is our effort in the question, 150. So we are writing here 150 newtons. Okay, so now let's divide. When we punch the calculator, 150 into 200, our answer would be mechanical advantage is equal to 1.33. Okay, so that's our mechanical advantage. Okay, so now here is your exam tip. When you're actually solving a question involving mechanical advantage, here is your tip. Okay, always convert mass to weight first, all right? Mass to weight. Okay, so mass is in kg, remember that, but load must be in newtons. That's your tip. Okay, so mechanical advantage, our answer, we're going to write, okay, let me just write here. Here is 2.5. Then here it's 1.33. Okay, so you have your 2 marks and then you have your 1 mark there. So now the last question, calculate efficiency of the system. Efficiency of the system. What is the formula? You need to ask yourself, what is the formula? So efficiency, okay, efficiency is given by mechanical advantage over velocity ratio times 100. This is the formula. Write it down. Efficiency is given by mechanical advantage. Efficiency is given by mechanical advantage over velocity ratio times 100%. Mechanical advantage over velocity ratio times 100. So this is the formula for efficiency. Now let's start replacing or substituting the values. Okay. All right, so I'll write here. So efficiency for E. What's our mechanical advantage? What is our mechanical advantage? It is 1.33 in the question, the previous question. So 1.33. What is our velocity ratio? Our velocity ratio is 2.5. So we put it here, 2.5. Okay, now you punch the calculator. Remember here is by 100%. So 2.5 divided by, or 2.5 into 1.33, all right, times 100. What do we get? If you punch the calculator, we get 53.2%. So this is our velocity, our efficiency of the system, 53.2%, almost half. All right, it's not 100 here, but it's almost half, which means the efficiency is almost on the good side. Okay, so basically this is how you solve such a question, and you have your 2 marks here, 2 marks there, 1 mark and 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So altogether you have 6 marks. Okay, right, so we have come to the end of our session. This is the question we looked at. We defined simple machine, we calculated velocity ratio in the inclined plane. This is an inclined plane, so velocity ratio in the inclined plane is a bit different, all right, from the normal velocity ratio we know, okay, which is given by distance moved by effort over distance moved by load, right? So these are the quick summary of the formula. Let me just say summary, okay? Summary, okay, velocity ratio formula, velocity ratio formula. So distance moved by the effort, then distance moved by load. Okay, mechanical advantage formula is load over effort. Okay, so 1, 2, and then efficiency 3 here. Efficiency is given by mechanical advantage over velocity ratio times 100. Okay, so that's it for today. If you love this content, all right, this is your opportunity to join us. And if you're a slow learner, all right, you have been at school some years back and you just want to, catch up in physics, in science, all right, this is your opportunity. The earlier, the better. I'm inviting you, okay, these are the details here, to our intensive sessions, revisions, line sessions. Okay, here are the details. So if you need ECZ preparation help, these are the details here. We offer tuitions, line tuitions in all grades. Okay. All right, so thank you so much for watching. This has been Tutor Be Smart. See you in my other session. It is bye for now.